أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمد الله صلى الكريم أما بعد Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Let's ponder with Dr. Suhail Anwar. Our umbrella topic is, as usual, reasons why Muslims are backward, and the subtopic is because we have isolated ourselves from the modern world. That could be the important topic. If you like the video, please subscribe, thumbs up. Thank you. Before we jump into the core of the main topic, I'll give you an example, or a couple of examples. Nokia, Murphy radio, and Kodak. In these three companies, what is common? Difficult to think about it? I'll tell you. The common among these three is they all went bust. The company went bust. I'll take just one example. Kodak was a very successful company, and it was employing about 170,000 employees all over the world, and about 85% of the photo paper were actually Kodak photo paper. They were successful like anything. But there comes the digitalization world. The world went ahead. They didn't pay attention to that. Within few years, Kodak was bankrupt, bust. The reason why it is that they did not keep the pace of the modern changes. I'll give you another example, just daily life example. A student is quite bright, and he is in a university, and he's a smart student, and he lives along with his smart other students as well. But for some reason, he became slightly dull, and he was not studying a lot for some reason. And then a time came that he started becoming uncomfortable with the students of his own area, and instead of learning more, harder, and studying more to compete with them, he decided to go down and have students which were less educated and less smart students. And he was feeling very comfortable, feeling at home. And there comes the exam, and he took the exam, he failed. Reason why? Because he failed to realize the reality and the truth, what the problem was with him, and why was he uncomfortable with the smarter students. He buried himself into his own self-made cocoon and eventually failed. You must be thinking that, what is the reason? Why am I saying all these things, and what got to do with Islam? A lot have got to do with Islam. Islam and Muslim, especially Muslims, are the same. They have isolated themselves from the modernity, from the pace and the challenge of the modern world. And they think that they used to be very good, they used to be very educated, but they are all right. They started going into their own society, where they were quite happy, and they were able to live in that sort of little society, and they were happy. The sad part is not that we are isolated and we are backward from the rest of the world, but the more sad part, or rather sadder part, is that we are arrogantly proud of our situation. We don't have insight to actually feel that we are isolated and we are away from the modern world. That is the main problem. If you come to know that we are backward, then we'll do something. If you talk to the ulama ikram, most of the ulama ikram, not all, most of the ulama ikram, they will actually not have any idea what we are talking about, let alone discussing with them. They think that they are fantastic. So there are two types of isolation. Number one is digital isolation, physical isolation, and the other one is mental isolation. The physical isolation is that a person or a community is isolated, probably geographically, and that's why they couldn't get in touch with the reality of the world. And I can give this example as Sub-Saharan Africa. They were isolated until about few hundred years ago when the European came in. They were not connected to the world. But the sad part is the other type of isolation, and that is the mental isolation. And that is that people are living in the modern world, but they are mentally not connected to the modern world, and they refuse to go along with the pace of the modernity. And that is more sad. Unfortunately, the Muslims are in this. There are a few examples, like a few hundred years ago, there was a good opportunity of printing press to come into the Muslim world, and they have vehemently stopped it. And they said, no, the printing press should not be coming. There are a lot of other things. They stopped the loudspeaker, they didn't want the blood transfusion and organ transplant and things like that. But as the time passes, over the centuries, these things have made them isolated in one place, and they become backward. This is one of the main reasons. May Allah give us the tawfiq to have the insight to understand that we are isolated and we should do something, inshallah. If you like the video, please subscribe. Thank you very much. Stay tuned. More are coming. More videos are coming. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.